They got the best home record in the SEC the last 3 years, 38-3. To win here today, Alabama has to play. You don't have to be a genius, go to Harvard, figure it out. They better play some defense, man. You can't give up 102 points and win.
We'll get your thoughts on Bediako as this game progresses. He just jumped center, and it's controlled by the Gators in their home white. Condon has been taking that shot lately. He gives it up this time. Xavier Lee in the paint, no good. The offensive rebounder in the country, the best is Ruben Chinyelu. He had to go in and out of his hands.
No doubt about it. They got the best front court in basketball, the Gators. They're going to need help from their perimeter people to make some shots. Auburn beat him the last time right here, and they beat him because they packed it inside on the guards didn't make perimeter shots.
Starting five is as healthy as this Alabama team has been all year. They've got everybody available, including that kid, LeBaron Philon, a three to silence this crowd.
That's what they do better than anybody. Alabama's going to take 35 three-point shots a game on the average. You got to guard the ball first. Keep those paint touches to a minimum.
Well, they lead the SEC, Jimmy, 12.3 a game, and the third in the nation shooting threes.
Last year, Florida won a championship on their backcourt. This year, they have not shot the ball well at all from the outside.
You're right, Carl. Their backcourt last year, that certainly helps right there. But their backcourt, 3 NBA players. Yeah. Clayton, who was Mr. Clutch, and talk about certainly
Richard and Martin.
He's at Golden State.
Rev, you have to fight the dribble defensively when you play Alabama. Holloway, Philon getting the paint.
From the logo, fellas, no good. And look at Chinyelu in traffic. Oh, denied there by Bediako.
That was Jimmy's talking about. He brings a defensive presence inside, no doubt about that.
Missed his first shot.
Good job by Condon to come over with contact at the rim.
Alley-oop to Hout.
Great pass by Boogie Flagg. Great pass. His floor game has been terrific. If he could just add making some shots, it would really help.
Philon penetrates a little too strong. Bediako, the offensive board.
Yeah, Bediako, he can get his rebounds and he can get your rebounds.
He can get my rebounds,
too. You can get your rebounds, coach. Uh-oh.
Holloway to the floor. Bediako is 0 for 2, but he grabbed another one.
53% of the shots on the upper Bama are from the three. Watch
There's Fland.
Great start for Boogie Fland.
Can't give up easy layups like that. Turn over and do a layup. Got to protect the ball.
Holloway to Sherrill that gets it back. The extra pass. Another battle, another offensive rebound, and they got a two-headed monster with Sherrill and Bediako.
Yeah, you got to go blow for blow with Florida on that glass. That's the number one key, talking to Nate Oates last night at practice. Can we hang in this game when the ball's shot?
Chinyelu one-on-one, Bediako. Denied there. Bediako's second block.
Nate Oates watched the Auburn game. He knows shrink that court and make Florida play through contact.
Holloway hard to the basket, gets that nice touch.
He's got some shooting touch from the perimeter, man. He can really get fire. First 4 games this year, he went nuts making threes, 50-something%.
I mean, there's no reason for Alabama to get stretched out defensively early in this game. Shrink that court and force Florida to beat you from the perimeter.
Well, that's what Auburn did. That's how Auburn got the win. Coach Pearl did a great job.
Condon no good. You wonder about the size there impacting that shot from Condon, and already 2 blocks. Reitzel off a game in which he had 7 threes, launched an air ball.
I think 7 threes. You know what? He deserves 1 air ball.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, look at those red jerseys all inside that 3-point line.
Houk will shoot it.
There's the answer. Knock it down. There's the answer. That kid shoots that ball with guts as much as anything.
Tell you one thing, them big guys can flat out play. Coach Oates told me yesterday on the phone, he said they have dominated us inside, but that's where Bediako comes in now to make a difference there. Yeah.
The Looks like they're going to get the call against Phylon there, our three officials, and that was called by KB Burnett.
We knew coming in this ball game it was going to be all gas, no brakes, both sides. And Thomas Houck, most versatile player I think in this league, gets it on that left side for that rim run. And the three-point shot by Tenen White. Rise, release, rotation. Big-time result for Florida early.
They do it with their size, rebounding 109 blocks as well, Dickie.
The first time I did a game, he was involved. He was coaching San Francisco. Young coach against a great Gonzaga team. And I said in that game, there's no doubt in my mind that this guy is going to be a big-time coach. Man, he made me look great for once in my life.
Why did you say that? What did you see in him?
Communication ability, the way he controlled the game, his whole personality, communicator, all the facets you'd like in a leader.
How too strong, and that's an Alabama rebound.
Well, that was a big turnover on that dunk. What a turnaround that was, missing that dunk when he hit a four. I mean, that's a 6-point play.
London Jemison into the game, missed a layup, and another rebound for Chinyelu. They dump it down low. He's got Jemison on him, and Condon works his way to an easy one.
That is so hard because Alabama is playing in heavy, heavy drop coverage. That pass was finessed so well. Yes.
Still efficient in terms of the high-low. They did a high-low entry.
Oh, Bediako couldn't finish with one hand. Foul here underneath. And it's going to be called against the Gators. Owen Short underneath.
Boy, a staple in Alabama's defense is heavy drop coverage. And Bediako is dropping right in front of that restricted arc. But again, that interior passing, Chinyelu to Condon, 6'11 to 6'10. And then it's length and strength of Condon that ultimately wins the battle at the rim.
They called that foul on that guy, Alex Condon.
Trying to tap it in. It was just a late
Boy, Bediako, you talk about using all parts of the rim, gets the free throw to go. Bediako made 9 of 10 free throws in his last game against Missouri when he started. 14 points to go with those.
Randy, he's a better player. He's a better free throw shooter. He's got better control over his body. He plays on balance much more than he did. And again, 2.5 years of going up against pros every day, your game should grow. But
you know, you mentioned Bediako. I'm going to have my little opinion about the whole scenario. The bottom line is you have a rule book. And the rule book says, according to the rules of the NCAA, he is ineligible. However, the court system said, no, he can play. And you can't blame a coach when somebody says he can play a 7-footer. You can't blame a coach for wanting to play him if they say he can play. So that's no problem.
He may have been involved in affecting the shot from Houck there, and then he went to the ground down on the offensive end.
The other problem is until the NCAA gets some type of legal coverage, it's going to continue. Case to case, player to player, team to team. The chaos is going to continue.
It is going to continue. You know, the bottom line is, though, he went through the whole process. College allows. Get an agent, be able to analyze and evaluate where you're going to be drafted. You can play the combine. You can do all those things. And he did every one of them. He did every one of them. And he found out, number one, that, you know, he still decided to go to the NBA.
The timeline for him, he played for a few years, 21 to 23, went into the draft, didn't get drafted, but eventually signed a two-way contract. That's one of the red line items, a two-way contract, NBA. He played in the G League. Last one was January 17th. And he got that temporary restraining order from a judge who we found out later was a booster for Alabama, who has since been recused from the case. Again, the next court appearance when this can become maybe decided will be Friday, the 6th of February.
And in that case, the NCAA is going to have a legal team state their case while it's in violation of the NCAA rules. They did not get a chance to speak in terms of the first session.
Back to the game here. Penetration and a nice little finger roll in there by, again, the depth. That's Amari Allen, who missed the last game.
He does a little bit of everything. I'm not so sure Allen's not going to be a pro next year. He's 6'6", and play the point guard, plays through contact, and a lockdown defender for Bama.
In and out.
Multi-talented player. He's a tremendous scholastic star. He was injured and he's back for action. First time since the 17th of January.
Reitzel wants to do it again, and that one was online, just a little strong. Klabschar will pick up another foul on a three-point shot.
You can't lose your discipline for those Alabama three-point shooters. They're so good and crafty at sidesteps, understanding how to draw contact as a three-point shooter. I will say this, I hope we go in the motion of the Kawhi Leonard rule that happened in NBA playoffs in 2017. We have to start protecting the feet of the shooters greater than we do. I think those type of fouls could be an F1 going forward, or should be.
As long as they're not kicking their feet out, right?
As long as they're not kicking their feet out. And Alabama guards are awful crafty. Holloway, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I see why Todd Golden is arguing, because that shooter doesn't have any more right to get outside of his cylinder than the defender getting into it. And that's exactly what Todd Golden is barking at.
Todd Golden was a heck of a guard down there at St. Mary's in California. Was a terrific guard. So good, he led I think the record down there in terms of free throw shooting, 85%. He was top 10 in their program, in the history of their basketball. They got a heck of a program. Lost a tough game to Gonzaga last night. But, hey, let me tell you, Todd Golden was a player. Then he worked also for Bruce Pearl for 2 years. So this guy's been around.
15, Williamson into the game. He gets hand-locked in underneath. 22-20, Florida's missed its last 5 field goal attempts. Condon, pretty spin move on the baseline.
That's a big-time move. That's a big-time move. That's UB Brown in the clinic talking about how to make the drop step and go to the baseline and score. What a big-time performer.
Williamson sets the screen. Holloway bangs it off the backboard. And a big scrum on the floor. And who's got it? Handlockton's down there along with Williamson. It'll be Florida basketball.
Well, Condon is starting to hammer away on the inside. Very patient. Alabama is stunning, and they're not going to come until he puts that ball on the deck. But that helps coming from the top side. He just spins right off of it. The quickness of the shoulders just whips Sherrill right there.
And the drop step.
Yeah,
the great drop step that he locks up that foot on the baseline and gets that deuce.
They call him Kondo from Australia. Walked in yesterday and said, "Hey, mate, how are you today?"
Each team shooting over 40% to start. Alabama, half their shots have been three-point field goals. 8 of their 17, they've made 3 of them.
What's new?
Right. Alley-oop. Easy one.
High low again. High low again. You know what? Nate Oates has done a great job. There's no question. 2 times he's won the conference championship. 2 times the tournament championship. You know what I would do if I were him? There's a guy that's available coaching. Why not go down to Alabama, walk down the halls, and say hello to Nick Saban and say, Nick, I want you, Nick, to coach our defense. Coach our defense.
Man, Florida, they are lethal in a naked corner, 2-man game. There's no other player in that far corner, and it allows Condon to just roll off of it. Look at the eyes, make the contact with Howe. Beautiful play by 10 and White to 21. Interior screen to run another. 3 and White is hand-locked and right there inside the restricted arc. And watch what he does on this lob play. He's going to move his defender, boom, just out of the action. Win that war from the waist down, and that frees up Condon. Normally we use that screen for drivers, but Florida, they go to the next level and use it for 2-man plays and lob plays. So good, so physical are that Florida front line.
Should have been a foul. Should have been a foul. Are you kidding me?
Don't tell Nate Oates that, or Todd Golden. It's a physical league.
One way to combat Alabama's size is to go size of your own.
What a pass! I can't believe what I just witnessed. That was as good as a pass I've seen all year.
Condon was a point guard when he was our size, and man, he's been outstanding. They run everything through him.
What an incredible backdoor play, Jimmy.
Yeah, out of timeout.
A wide open Holloway 3 is a layup for him.
Yeah, you can't leave him open. You can't leave him up. You're right, Corral. That's like a layup to that kid.
Double figure score now with 10, the only guy there. Lee, pretty play, and Handlockton did it.
Same thing, another screen assist by Florida's bigs.
Got to guard people, Jimmy. You got to guard people. 2 easy baskets. Scoring too easily.
Your chest matters defensively in this game.
Reitzel, that's better. Had 7 the other day, and he knocks down 1 there. What a catch by Condon!
What a pass to Condon.
We're seeing some great basketball out here in terms of skill-wise and performance, efficiency. Very effective.
Kind of shades of what Michigan does to you. You score on them, and their bigs get out and attack that rim on the other end.
Philon one-on-one in the corner with Fland. And he knows those bigs are lurking, so he's going to pass it back out.
What a job by Boogie Fland.
Boogie Fland did a great job defensively. What a terrific job.
You cannot fight any harder than Fland just did defensively.
Bediako, is that a goaltend? It is.
Well, the last 3 Florida hoops have been executed at a high level. Burn that pressure off.
Oh, look at
you
that.
Take that guy high, coach, and burn that pressure off out of the timeout. I think Xavier Lee comes off of it again. There's that highway screen by Handlocked and whatever you want to call it, Gortok, but Florida is so good at just carving out space and driving down the highway for those easy layups.
Let me say this. Watching the action here this afternoon, there's no doubt in my mind both these clubs are going to be legit contenders in terms of battling big time.
Yeah,
especially if Bediako wins that hearing on Friday. I'm telling you, he does bring a dimension to that team.
He does, and he's been on the bench the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Now they're really deep, and as we said, this is the first time they've been healthy, and there he is, Dickie V.
I believe that's his 7th dunk now in 2.5 games off that ball screen roll action.
Well, he came back from an injury.
Yeah, well, Alabama did not have that until Bediako became eligible.
Condon screens for Houck, and there's a whistle. It's underneath.
This is what Alabama has lacked prior to Bediako being cleared to play. He's going to set that dribble handoff, and bam, he dives right of it. He's all of 7 feet, but he gets his eyes on that passer, doesn't waste time with wasted footwork, and a beautiful job by Nadeau to reverse that basketball from 1/3 to the other and let Bediako get a rim run.
Bediako whistle for his first foul. Fland protects with his body. Too strong. Xavier Lee, good. You talk about chest. He chested up there on Allen. Bediako buried underneath, threw it off Chinyaru, but it stayed in bounds.
Strength beat length.
Oh boy, Allen didn't look like he got much, but he is whistled for the foul on the arm, says Owen Short. Hey guys, tomorrow night, we got a Play for K women's basketball doubleheader on ESPN2. 6 and 8. Started early, North Carolina, NC State, and then South Carolina will take on Texas A&M. South Carolina, number 3 in the country. Both games available on the all-new ESPN app.
Man, think about the SEC in women's basketball, Ravi. 7 of the top 16 overall seeds right now being projected coming out of that league. Texas a 1 seed, South Carolina a 1 seed, Vandy and LSU a 2 seed, Tennessee, OU a 4 seed, Ole Miss. Man, are they loaded up this year on that women's game.
Just what the men did last year.
No doubt.
The SEC, man, they just produced athletes and coaches and talent in all areas.
There's a top 10, Jimmy, coming up next on ABC. You have Oklahoma and Texas.
Talked to Vic Schaefer last night, the head coach at Texas. He said, my biggest concern, Oklahoma, 60% of their shots on the year are within the first 10 seconds. We've got to get our tails back defensively. That will be one heck of a ball game coming up.
Good hands by Houck. 10 on the shot clock for Philon. Shifty, Houck wouldn't go anywhere.
Houck stayed right with him, man. Used his size there. This Philon's a terrific offensive player.
Boogie, a blow by, that's no good. Now watch out, here comes Alabama. Houston Millette got by Chinyalu. He threw it to Bediako, who had his back turned. Oh, wow! How did he do that?
Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, baby.
He is a first-round pick that could end up a lottery pick.
Yeah, Millette, no good. Look at the hands. Chinyalu rips it down. Houck in double figures with 10 as we go under 4 in the first half.
Strength versus length right now. Chinyalu with Bediako.
Isaiah Brown not afraid of contact. He goes right at Sherrill.
You've got to win the collisions at the rim in this league, and Florida has won more so far.
Tell you, Isaiah Brown right there with a deuce.
Phylon's floater, air ball. They get a chance to add to their biggest lead. It's currently 8.
Look at the points in the paint in this game.
Wow.
Oh,
Inside, outside. Does it all. Does it all, Carl. Does it all. Multi-talented. Mr. Howe.
offensive foul is going to be called on Alabama. And the momentum is all Florida right now. The O-Dome's roof in danger of being blown off. Take a look at Fland, and how in the world did Houck avoid having that one picked? A little Houdini act from Houck. And then he goes for a 3-ball. He's got 13 points, made 5 of 9. And the Gators chomp right now, up 11 over the Tide. So you heard that double foul, 14 and 0. So that's Bediako, and of course Fland for Florida. Bediako now has 2 personal fouls, so does Amari Allen. And take a look at Florida, a significant number here. Bediako back, impacts, as you said, rim runner, rim protector. 30-10 in the paint, and 12-0 on the fast break. The other stat we haven't yet talked about, fellas, 0 turnovers for Florida, 0-8 for Alabama.
That's unbelievable. That is really an incredible stat. Unbelievable, no turnovers.
And they're sharing sugar pretty well, 12 assists. Sherrill get deep, and he's got a chance. He draws contact on Houck.
Alabama, yeah, it goes right at the mismatch. Houck got crossed over. It should have been Chinyelu on Sherrill, but
he's agile, he's mobile, and he's not fragile.
He is not. Look at Sherrill. I mean, talk about a pick and pop threat, which he is, but this is a big load as well, and he just goes right through the chin of Thomas Houck. We should not be surprised by Florida's dominance in the paint. The reason why I say that, they are top 10 in the country in the number of shots they take 4 feet and in. And on those shots, Ravi, 70%.
Yeah.
That's their make rate.
Yep.
It's a pretty good percentage.
No doubt.
Should be even higher with the 4 feet from the
yeah,
goal.
No, it should, Coach.
Houck a little too strong, up and out.
Hey, let me say this too. You know, both these teams, the reason you know they're contenders, you know, Florida's 15-6. Their record doesn't look super. They lost 3 games early to Arizona, Duke, Connecticut, 3 top 4 teams, and every one of those games came to like the last possessions. Then you look at, right now, you look at certainly Alabama, number 1 in the country, playing the toughest schedule in America, and they lost to a lot of top clubs early in the season.
And Phylon coming on the baseline there was Jemison, and it looked like there was a hesitation as Brown throws it up. He will go to the free throw line. Let's go back to your point too, Dickie V, about the Gators. This was a transition year from the backcourt you mentioned to being front court focused.
Yeah.
It takes some time.
3 NBA players last year in their backcourt. Yeah. And Clayton was off the charts. He became, which really shocked me, I didn't know this, the first player in Florida basketball history to be a first-team All-American. Did you know that? I did not know that. First-team All-American.
So
they never had a first-team All-American.
Amazing. Think about big picture-wise. A year ago at this time, February 1, to me, and it kind of played out that way, Houston, Duke, Florida, and Auburn were the best 4 teams in the country. They had separated from the pack. Not the case this year. There's 10, 12, 13 teams that I think are going to be right there in that fight for that national title game. Nate Oates and Todd Golden both agreed with me yesterday. We were talking about it. A great March coming up for this sport.
Always great. Always great. So you don't want to mess with that.
How good is Holloway?
Talk about doing things. Leave it alone. It's the greatest thing we got is that March man.
Seal off.
Yeah, Clavshar missed an easy one, though. That lane was wide open. Fland impacts another one. Oh, Handlock just came in like a bulldozer. Now you can hear by the roar of the crowd which way that ball's going.
Tell you one thing, when Fland plays so hard, he really does. He really plays hard.
How about Handlockton on Millette here at the end of it?
Well, you have to protect guys in loose ball scrambles, and this is just body on body coming from behind. Easily could have been called a foul.
You think?
Yeah, to your point about Boogie Flan, the Jovic kid from Auburn plays extremely hard in this league. Amari Evans from Tennessee plays extremely hard in this league. Thomas Houck has a motor. The Vocatitis kid at Texas. There's 5 or 6 that just play a little bit harder than other dudes.
Chinyelu, quiet so far with just 2. He works on Williamson, and it's short.
He made the top 25 in terms of the Naismith defensive list. So did the kid at Vandy, Tanner.
He's terrific, Coach.
Yeah, he's terrific.
Yeah, we saw him Tuesday. They put a whooping on Kentucky, and Kentucky bounced back yesterday in Bud Walton in a big way.
In a big, big way. Millett, short, and Clapshar grabs it. We got a minute to go in the first half. Florida by 6. Condon and Flan, the little 2-man game. Boy, he threw it up just so strong, maybe between a backboard and a floater.
And that's what that drop coverage does for Alabama. It gets those guards at that 10 to 12-foot mark, a little bit of indecisiveness. I think this call's going to get overturned.
You know, I talked recently, in fact, yesterday, to Kevin Brockway, he's the beat writer. And he told me that the 2 guards are doing a better job than people believe in wearing that Florida uniform in terms of lead.
Land and Lee.
Yeah. Land. They know their roles. They're not great shooters, but they have a great floor game. They defend. They do really, some really good things. And he said the front court has been unbelievable.
They got 6 big shoes to fill. Speaking of big shoes, Condon.
That is so good to dribble to his spot and own his real estate. 10 feet
can't
down.
let him make that turn over the left shoulder.
Double figures for
the
Condon.
left shoulder, man, is a field day for him.
He's got 10. Phylon, a lot of dribbling. Look at Chinyelu. What a clinic. He's doing it again with Reitzel. What a job, Ruben Chinyelu. Wow.
He is the best defender in all of college basketball. I said it last week when we were here. You cannot do it any better than Ruben Chinyelu. He's taken all of Baron Phylon, then he gets switched off to Reitzel. He's low, he's strong, he's tough, and he's just as quick. That is the best defender in a college game, 9 and white.
That's why he's on that list.
So they call a timeout, 6.9 to go. They'll inbounds the ball. They've outscored them in the paint 32-12, and Florida has not committed a turnover.
That's hard on this pacing game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is really an incredible stat.
See what they draw up here in the final 5 seconds. Condon got banged. That's not what they drew up.
Not a foul you want there.
Great NATO trophy right here.
Such a smart play by Florida in a short clock to get that ball in the hands of Boogie Flan. And the pass ahead to Condon. And he goes to pivot, and Boogie Flan cut right off his tail and put that defender in a bad spot, and it gets Florida to that free throw strike.
Florida from the free throw stripe today, 4 of 5. Condon's having a very, very good bounce back couple of games off of that Vanderbilt effort.
Let me say this, Carl. I really believe, I can't believe actually what we're watching. Not a turnover a game at this pace. The game at a pace, you play a fast-paced game like that, you expect a guy to throw a bad pass, etc. That's an incredible stat.
He now adds another point to his total. He was very good in that 47-point win over South Carolina.
I was watching film with the Florida Gators, and Todd Golden told his guys, let's just continue to hit singles. We have to be nails defensively, rebounding, and taking care of that ball. And that is Florida's formula for success right now.
And he has not taken a three-point shot. He now leads the team with 14 this half.
3 seconds, plenty of time for these Alabama guards
I think they're
to get all the way to the rim. It's closer to 4. And
you win 2 of those, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
If you beat 2 of those 3, you will be 2 of those 4, yeah. All right, 3.7, down by 10.
Tell you one thing, basketball is exciting here, man. It really is.
Phylon. Oh, back iron, Alabama. will head to the half, and they are trailing by 10. Not only, fellas, did Florida not turn it over, they assisted on 12 of the 19 field goals that they made.
Coach Golden said when Bediako was declared eligible, bring him on. We don't care.
We'll
We're going to beat him anyway.
Yeah, they're doing it so far.
We're going to beat him anyway.
There is Charles Bediako, and in the first half today, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Those 4 points came on 1 of 3 shooting, and he had 2 fouls.
Nate Oates and Todd Golden are cut from the same cloth. Had the scenario been reversed, Nate Oates would have said the same thing. Absolutely he would.
His greatest asset, Bediako, to the team is protecting the rim and size. And that has not been a major factor here this afternoon.
They're going to get Xavier Lee right away here in the first 15 seconds with a grab and a foul on Holloway.
My buddy got all over me. He used to work in the NBA, Tim Kaine. Great guy, played at Princeton. He said, you're not giving enough PR to Xavier Lee. He said he does everything right. He's a Princeton player. Those Princeton guys got a little sharp upstairs.
They're very proud. Yeah. They should be. Holloway led Alabama. He had 13 in the first half. No one else in double figures. In fact, Phylon with 6, the next highest scorer for Alabama.
Leads the conference score.
Goes right at Lee, and he missed one.
Boy, Florida not afraid to switch 1 through 5 in this game so far. They've done it really well.
Because they're very athletic.
Yeah,
they really are.
Long.
Great footwork.
How good was Boogie Flan kind of controlling things on both ends of the floor in the first half?
You're right, Rav. No question.
Lee no good. Hustling for it. Condon, he just flat out beat Sherrill to it. And his first 3 of the day, no good.
He's struggling shooting a 3.
Yeah, that's just not who he is yet.
My buddy Kevin Brockway told me, the journalist here, he said, I think he wants to show the NBA he can make the 3. Yeah. But the numbers are really bad shooting a 3.
Well, what he's shown him is he's 2 out of 20 in SEC play. That's not what you want to be showing people.
The call on the floor is a common foul against 14 from Alabama. Alabama head coach is appealing for a potential flagrant foul.
Well, Alabama challenged, saying that they thought there was an appeal that it's going to be an F1 on Chinyelu, but the officials come off of that monitor saying, no, we're going to stick with just a common foul on 14 in red, so Nate Oates will lose a timeout.
You can see the 2 of them doing battle underneath. Both of them had kind of elbows up high. Bediako, the bigger story, is now going to the bench with 3 fouls.
So, Ravi, it's an appeal, which is different than a coach's challenge. We've talked about it all year long. Coach's challenge involved.
Following review, the call is confirmed on 14 from Alabama. It was an unsuccessful appeal by Alabama. However, both teams still have unlimited appeals. This does not affect the challenge rule. It'll be Florida ball on the baseline with 20 on the shot clock.
Well done by KB Burdett. You can continue to appeal, even if you don't have timeouts, which is interesting. If you lose the appeal in that situation, administrative technical foul and free throws and the ball.
That's another thing that likely will be reviewed and changed in the offseason.
We don't need both. We don't need both appeals and challenges. It needs to all be under one umbrella.
And we don't really need an unlimited amount of them either. 4 on the shot clock for Lee. His fadeaway challenged, and it was a line drive. Look at Chinyelu. He is going to be fouled. Syracuse, North Carolina kicks things off. This Big Monday has Kansas and Texas Tech. The Big 12 has been such a formidable conference. You guys were talking about Michigan and its size. And obviously Arizona and what they've done all year long will be one of those teams. If there's any separation, Arizona's part of it.
Oh, Arizona.
If there's any.
They hung on against BYU, man. That game came down to the last minute. I think they were up 10 with about a minute to go. And, man, it went right down to the last shot. And BYU had a chance to win the game.
Ravi, I mentioned the first half, there's no separation with 4 teams this year. I'm looking at Michigan, Arizona, Duke, Houston, Iowa State, Illinois, Florida, Purdue, Gonzaga. Like, there's a bunch of them that can get there this year.
In the Big 12, I'll tell you, it's had a good year. Johnny Dawkins. UCF beat Texas Tech.
Yeah.
They're beating Kansas. They're like 16-4.
The A&M of that conference. Nice pass down low. Condon over there to deny it.
And Condon was actually the second guy that rotated over, not the first.
Houck in the middle of Freed. He bounces it over the rim.
He just gets better and better with every possession. He is really a terrific player. I can see why the NBA scouts haven't rated so high.
Well, Lee gets the foul down low. He extended a hand for Sherrell, who didn't take it to help him up.
Man, that Florida defense is so good. Top 10 defensive efficiency. And Condon is actually the second guy that rotates over from the weak side to eat it up. And Thomas Houck, you can call him, as coaches do in this league, Hag, Hog, Hug, Huck. Thomas Houck, spelled H-A-U-G-H, is a player.
You know, you mentioned Florida had great efficiency. Oh, what a block right there.
That was Chinyelu, and another one as Alabama's getting burned inside. And it's a dangerous time in a game for the Tide, down 13.
There's the clinic again. There's the clinic.
He has put on a show defensively. Chinyelu to go with his already double figures in rebounds with 10.
He loves getting switched out on a point guard. And this cat is 6'10 and 255.
Again, a near perfect game being pitched by the Gators here. Watch out!
Wow. Explosive on the baseline. They're dominating now.
They got to be careful. They got to be
This team is
careful.
going to be a tough out come March Madness.
Lee!
Oh,
no,
Lee.
but Houck is there!
Mr. Houck! Mr. Houck! He's one of my new favorite players, Mr. Houck. Not Ralph Houck. I know you're thinking baseball. Spells it differently.
Boy, the lead had grown to 17.
He was one of my favorite players before we ever started this game. Now there's two of us in the building. Man, how active have those bigs been inside, screening for one another. Multiple guys Ravi have cut from that far corner and gotten that slice cut for an easy two along the baseline. Thomas Houck has a motor that is absolutely nonstop. Relentless is hard to beat, and that's why Florida is hard to beat right now.
Hey, can we see a back-to-back? A la Billy Donovan?
You could.
Billy Donovan back-to-back, maybe?
Here we go again.
In Connecticut?
Lead
There it is.
all the way.
It's the lead. It's the lead. Tim Kaine jumps out of his seat back in Jersey.
Nate Oates is letting them play through this. It's 19. Another turnover.
Wow.
Houck wants the alley-oop. Flan was a little late, but he retained it and lost it.
Look at the pace. Are you kidding me? We are seeing some sensational plays.
Watch it.
Watch out!
It's a good thing Reitzel fouled him, otherwise there would not be a roof on the O-Dome if Condon threw that down. But listen to the crowd.
Watch the Gators right here. There we go. Up this steal. Here we go. Layup, and then watch the block shot coming up now. Here it goes, baby. Rejection City. Thou shalt not enter the lane.
Fellas, Florida's been credited with 4 blocks. It feels like they have 44.
Man, I'm so impressed, man, with that front court. Really. I know they're good. I mean, obviously, win the national championship.
I just think it's interesting that Todd Golden yesterday brought up the point to me that our offensive and defensive efficiency numbers are better right now on this day than they were a year ago. And these cats ran off and won the national title. So, although they didn't look like it early, the guard play is starting to figure it out.
Yeah, but they lost to tough teams. Jimmy.
They
Those
have.
3 losses early. Arizona, Duke, and Connecticut all were heartbreaking.
And you know what happened when they lost those games? They kind of lost their shine, and they went back to being the hardest playing dudes on the floor. That's why they're up right now 20.
Well, you mentioned offensive, defensive efficiency.
Another turnover, fellas.
They're top 5 in both.
Houck, bad pass that time. Good defense to get back. Jamison.
You know, last year Alabama was 1 game away from going again to the Final Four. They made the first Final Four under Nate Oates in the school's history, and they were 1 game away. They played Duke. They averaged 90 points a game in their 3 NCAA wins. Against Duke, they had 65.
14 turnovers. Dickie V is
Seal off.
lead. Boy, he missed a bunny. 14 turnovers and points off turnovers is certainly one of the stories of this game. 18-0.
Florida with one turnover, as fast as they're playing, to play that fast and that clean. Ours says one turnover. I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was down here. How grabbed the rebound.
Yeah, that's right.
Took it away from him.
That's the thing I'm saying that really gets me is the fact I've seen a lot of basketball in my time. To be able to see a game this fast-paced and have one turnover is hard to believe.
Condon is buried down there. He bails out Lee. Look at Hanlofton with a rebound. Fires it off of a couple of times. It'll stay Gators.
Everything around the rim for Florida on both ends.
Lee
is two hands.
On his shot. He's going to square his money. The Rowdy Reptiles, man. It's great. It's a great environment for basketball, too, the O-Dome. Fans are right close to the action. The spirit, the excitement. You know, you think about places like this, and certainly down to Duke and Kansas. Those places are electric, man, electric.
Auburn can certainly get that way.
Camping out last night, right? What did it get down to? 22 degrees here. Felt like 12.
Yeah, I saw you out for a walk at 20 degrees.
I can't believe it. Florida, are you kidding me?
Game day.
Florida, I moved here to get you some heat.
Watch it, Lee was right there, and we're going to get a call. There was a grab, and it was Isaiah Brown who grabbed Allen.
Man, every catch in this game for Alabama has been challenged by Florida. Side out of bounds, baseline out of bounds. Florida giving nothing in this game.
6 fouls for Florida here in the second half. So there may be a parade of Alabama free throws the rest of the way. Bediako spins. Chinulu was right there, but it's a good 2 for Bediako.
One of the few times in this game, the length has won over the strength.
Lee in the paint, finger roll, Chinulu, but it's going the other way. KB Burdette got right in there and took the ball from Chinulu. We are going to break, Jimmy.
You know, if Alabama's going to get back in it, they got to get some stops and get some three-point shooting going. They're camping out the past 24 hours for this one. The Rowdy Reptiles weathering the cold. 22 degrees, but what they come to see, Clapshard, NASCAR cut, turning to his left, finding Hanlofton on the backside. Man, do these guys compete. I'm talking about the team in white on the offensive end.
He's giving up law for being a minor league hockey coach. Well, his dad should look at his paycheck now, baby. Oh.
Look at analytics offices. A lot of lawyers and engineers in those offices determining teams.
Look at this game. Florida, 58 of their 66 points have been from the two-point part of the floor or the free throw stripe. Man, is that power, strong basketball.
And Condon wants more.
Yeah.
And he'll get it.
Why not? He goes to the baseline. They beat him to the spot. He comes back the other way over the left shoulder.
Yeah, he's got 21. There's a 3 right in front of Nate Oates' bench, who every time they score screams to play defense down the other side.
He works that sideline and he pours his heart out. He bleeds Alabama's colors, man.
Yeah. That time Bediako got a paw up there to take it away from Chinulu. And boy, is he relentless.
He has improved so much on his balance. Last year, he would have taken that shot off balance. Much more patient this year. A big point of emphasis with Chinulu in the offseason.
12 rebounds for Chinulu.
He hasn't had a good game offensively, but he keeps playing hard and hard. And he does so many other things, especially defensively.
Allen right by Clapshard. Good hands, Chinulu. And then Brown deflects it away.
Got to talk about Chinulu right here. They worked on his emotion staying under control and staying on balance. And he gets that first shot blocked, but once he snatches that ball with those 2 big paws, he gets both feet underneath his shoulders. Now it's all power, man, going up. Would have rushed it last year, has slowed his game down around chaos. Man, is he a handful.
Trying to become the first Gator to average double figures in rebounds in 50 years.
Who was it? You looked it up last time.
Bob Smith.
Oh, Bob Smith.
1975.
Yo, Bob Smith.
Bob Smith.
Bob Reed. Yeah. Bob rebounded Smith.
Hell of a tenacious rebounder, man.
He would go after it. The original Gator. Holloway, as the shot clock ran down from forever away. That's going to be a foul, and it looks like it's going to be on Allen.
Man, look at the minutes that Houck and Condon and
Carl, who does
Chindley
Alabama
play
have next? Who does Alabama play next?
Alabama's schedule it's not easy. Alabama has A&M next. That's where we'll learn about A&M, and
And
we're
then they got Auburn.
have to see a bounce back from Alabama unless they can turn it around in the next 10 minutes, which means getting a stop on the defensive end.
Well, there's no easy, man. Then they go to Auburn. We're going to be down there. Dave O'Brien, myself, Barry Alexander will be down there Saturday in Auburn.
Even Pearl's team got, as he said, punked last night.
yeah, that's a Tennessee team that's starting to figure it out. Well, they went a long time without an identity, and they have one now.
And they've been playing a lot better here lately. Chinyelu, too strong, no good. And a rebound by the Tide.
Alabama's still playing hard, man. They're down 20, but they're still playing hard.
One of the few teams that can shoot their way back into a game. Holloway, ooh, he will have 2 more free throws to try to add to his team-high 17 points.
But Florida is making Alabama take a tough two. I've been so impressed. Even when Florida guys, they get cross-matched in transition, which means they're not guarding their natural guy. No worries, man. They can get cross-matched and still choke off your water as good as anybody in this league.
Tell you one thing, if I was coaching right now, you talk to your team about segments. Right now, we want to have a segment. We want to get this to 10 with 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go to get it to 10 the way they make threes.
Yeah.
That's danger time.
Florida is shooting 48% for the game, 45 in the second half. And we've talked about all the great college basketball action that's coming up. Our women's game next year on ABC, a spectacular showdown in the SEC. Oklahoma will take on number 4, Texas. How many guys or women were you on the phone with last night talking basketball, Jim?
Probably be between 13 and 20. Vic Schaefer from Texas was one of them. He's got a team that's capable in a one-game situation of beating UConn. Their problem right now, Texas, and keep an eye on it, they turn the ball over too much, which is kind of surprising. Booker Madison, Roy Harmon with a tight handle, but boy, it's a big-time game coming up and a big opportunity for Oklahoma.
I'll stay with Mr. Auriemma in Connecticut to win it all again. That guy is just unbelievable. Plus, he's a paisan. I got to stay with my guy, Gino.
Hey, I got so excited. It's Madison Booker, not Booker Madison. Booker Madison was on my team in the 7th grade, couldn't shoot a lick.
Finally got some coaching.
Klebshar, a high arcing 3, will rattle around and down. For all the points they've got in the paint, Alabama can't keep trading baskets, and then a 3 finally gets launched and lands.
Yeah, that's to your point, Ravi. They can shoot their way back.
They can do it. I mean, they can really let the 3-ball fly and get
Watch out. Numbers again, 3 on 2.
Wide
will
open.
try. That's way short.
Oh, he was too open. He was too open. He hurried the shot. He hurried the shot.
Millette set a screen after the pass, but no good.
Here they go.
Watch out for Fland, who's having a phenomenal day. Slows it down. Sherrill was wide open down there. Houck got back, and it didn't matter. Sherrill put it in.
Alabama, they went 5 out, so it opened up that middle part of the floor, and Sherrill just dove right out of it. One of the few times Florida hasn't talked through the action well.
Lead at 16. Several more stops needed. We'll take a timeout here. Foul on the floor. Call that one on Amari Allen on the defensive end. But his case will again be heard in front of a judge On the 6th of February, with NCAA attorneys present, as well as his own, as he tries to remain eligible.
Well, you know, I talked to Nate Oates, and he makes a good point. He has two reasons why he feels the kid should be eligible. Number one, he talks about the players from certainly Europe and internationally get eligibility with no problem. And number two, he talks about the dollars. This is not college basketball anymore. It's pro basketball, absolutely. And he feels, based on those two elements, he should be playing. However, Dan Gavin has a different answer from the NCAA office. He does a great job. And I've been tough on the NCAA over the years. But these guys really, many times, have their hands tied because of legal action, suits, etc. They are adamant and believe, along with the president, Charles Baker, that if you sign a pro contract, you have violated the rule book. You're ineligible. So they're going to battle that big time. Dan Gavin told me something else. He said, you know, it's not apples to apples when you talk to the European player and the American player. The bottom line is they have never directly entered college, those players. So I mean, it's going to be interesting, the battle that goes on. I don't think kids should be able to play once you sign a pro contract. I think the book says it clearly. You should be ineligible. Your feeling, Jimmy?
Well, we can argue what's right, what's fair to international American players. I said in the first half, until the NCAA gets some type of legal coverage, this is going to continue, player to player, case to case, judge to judge. The consensus with coaches that I've talked to have said if you leave college basketball with the understanding of the rules and the consequences, you live with the consequences of that decision. And I think that's what every coach in the country, for the most part, would say.
Well, you know what they should do right now? Sean Miller, he say, hey, Kevin, you made a lot of money as a player, man. Mr. Durant, you made a lot of money. You don't need money. Apply. Try to be an NBA college player now. You got 3 years eligibility. Yeah, Same thing with Todd Golden told me.
Let me just cut you off, because Charles, according to Nate, is still within his 5-year window, which is where the sort of lunacy of LeBron James coming back to play college basketball or Durant, that goes away.
I'm only joking there, man.
But here he is with his 5-year window. He's 23. He's pursuing his degree here at Alabama. We've got a roster spot open. Who's Oates to say, and he's used this argument, who am I to say to our Alabama team, our community, and Charles, you can't do this when other people are pushing the envelope?
Nobody's going to turn down playing a 7-footer that's declared eligible.
And what changed over the course of the last few years is the money. This is where the financial option for players now exists that didn't exist, and why so many are coming back to swim in that pool if they can.
Bediako is not the only one, but Bediako got some horrible advice from his handlers as an agent saying, hey, you're going to be drafted. There's no way Charles Bediako should have entered the draft early. But again, it's life. You live with consequences in your decisions. But we'll know more. The NCAA is still handcuffed in terms of what they can and cannot do.
Guys, he signed 3 times two-way contracts. 3 times. Number one. Number two, he also played 3 years in the G League. He also had an opportunity to make a great decision when he applied to be drafted, and he decided to be drafted. It says black and white in the guide. Why do they have a guide? Let's be real about it.
Let's revisit it on the 6th in court. 78-57 back here on this court in a game dominated by the Gators inside. Condon leading the way with 21. Hauck's got 21 as well. Each has made 9 field goals. And the inability of Alabama to consistently knock down threes has been a difference.
The difference right now also in this game for Florida is that low turnover. If they don't turn that dadgum ball over this next 5.5 minutes, they'll get out of here with a double-figure win.
To Jimmy's point, dadgum has happened twice. Twice in the game. That's 17 times for Alabama.
As fast as they played, putting 78 points on the board. What a clean offensive play. Wow, look at Clapshaw.
Scoring in a variety of ways, man. They're like Baskin-Robbins. You got a variety of tastes.
31 different flavors.
No, the flavors. They would do it with drives. They do it with jump shots. They do it with power inside. These Gators are really for real. They're going to win the SEC.
You know, you don't focus too much, Jimmy, on weight room and training and physical strength, but the way that Hauk has changed, the way that Klafschar has changed year to year, they're a much bigger, stronger team than they were last year.
Klafschar, a lot of experience on that Slovenia under 16, under 18, under 20 team. He is a heck of a guard coming in off the bench for Todd Golden.
Let's not forget, though, last year they had a magical man, Mr. Clayton.
Oh, yeah.
He was Mr. Clutch.
Holloway is off. The next steal for Fland will be a new school record. It will be his 9th. Boogie Fland has 8 steals in this game, and Jimmy, 13 points, 7 assists.
He's had a great game.
It's an all-around great game for Boogie Fland today.
Well, he has embraced his role, known as a scoring guard in high school, but he has completely bought in as Todd Golden is saying, look, I need you to be the quarterback. You got great pieces around you. And that is exactly what he's done the last 2 weeks.
Sherrell shuffled the feet a little bit, but he got away with it.
I love guys that play hard. He plays hard, plays with passion, just like the kid at Michigan State. I love. Did you ever see Jeremy Fears?
Oh my God!
Oh,
yeah,
is he special?
Got a motor.
Tough, hard-nosed.
Behind the line!
There's that hard cut you like, Jimmy, and Klafschar lays it up.
I love the cut. I love the dribble hold that these Florida guards have mastered. They get their defender on the backside and keep him there. What a performance by Florida on ABC Saturday in the SEC. Klafschar going to get the dribble handoff, and once he gets Reitzel on the backside, is going to keep him there with a little bit of a delay bounce. He can finish with his right paw, his left paw, everything chomp right now with 4:44 to go.
It's not the NBA 48 minutes either. 40-minute games. It's unbelievable putting 105 into. That's incredible in college.
When you think of Alabama, you think of Nick Saban. When I think of Alabama basketball, one of the first names that pops in my mind, Robert Horry. Robert Horry in the house tonight for national radio. Big Rob, big shot Rob.
Sherrell, boy, that's a mistake. Foul underneath. Is it going to be on Hauk or Brown? Sherrell was deep down in the paint and had an easy layup, and they're risking giving him another point.
I want to give a little tip of the hat to all the SIDs in basketball. They work so hard, and they make our job a lot easier with all the information they provide us. I mean, I'd be honest with you, I've stolen a lot of information from a lot of the great SIDs, and they deserve a tap on the show. And then you mentioned radio announcers, the local beat guys, the radio guys for their teams. They have that pride and passion in what they do. There's so much more. And I want to say this as well. You know, I've lost a lot of my mobility, Carl. And I used to love the kids were yelling at me to come up in the stands before the game. When I was younger, I would be up there with those roundy reptiles out of the ball.
I remember it.
But my legs would allow me to do it now at 86. I'm just fortunate and blessed that I can even be here. But bottom line is, I just love the whole atmosphere about college. I don't like what's happened, the chaos, the no stability, and all that's going on, but I still love the spirit and the feeling.
What have you said so many times? This is your medicine, right?
Yeah, it is. It really is, Jimmy.
Chinyalu flushes for 2.
Don't you remember that? I told my doctor, doing chemo and all, he's giving me medicine. I said, medicine? Get me to get back in courtside. That's medicine.
Well, they keep rattling threes in here, and they are not able to pick up any ground defensively. Florida has been inside the paint all afternoon.
Well, I guess the big question is, can they keep Florida from 100 tonight, this afternoon?
Klafschar one more time elevates. No good. Chinyalu. Wow. He will go to the free throw line. Ruben Chinyalu knocks down 1 free throw. He will have another double-double. The man keeps doing work. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball presented by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. 85 points, 64 of them have come inside the paint.
Coaching in Florida, the hardest guy to take off the floor is Thomas Hauk, because everything that he does, man, he fights, he scraps, he's skilled, he's explosive, can knock down timely threes, get on the offensive glass. And this is the kid that transitioned from the 4 to the 3 this year. I mean, he spent a ton of time in the offseason out on the West Coast. working on that transition with a guy called Olin Sampson. They call him the guard whisperer.
Yeah.
Really working on his handle and his skills, and man, is this guy a tough cover.
Today's Wooden Watch presented by Principal, and he is certainly on the list. And the numbers continue to support Hauk, who is the centerpiece of this front line which has been spearheaded by both Chinyalu, Condon to go with Hauk, and Rubin now made the free throw, signal to the crowd, his 13th double-double of the season.
I'll tell you one thing, God's given him some positive minutes as well, is Urban Clayton.
Yeah,
really
sure.
Off the bench, he's given him some really quality minutes. Played 23 minutes today, goes 4 for 8. I mean, really has done a solid job.
It's interesting, Jimmy, isn't it, that Chinyalu now has got another double-double, and I think the thing we'll remember most was his defense.
I hope we can show that one more time, because that was a clinic.
They love their defense, but what gets you that headline?
Yes.
What gets you that really great time on campus, big man on campus, scoring points?
Just one time, Coach, I'd like to walk across campus with a body like that. Just one time in my life.
Touchdown pass to Condon. It's caught, and we're going to get a foul on Reitzel. One more time, Chinyalu. And as he's going through this, you can see his excitement rises every second.
There will be coaches across the country clip this off and show it to their guys tomorrow.
Look at his footwork.
You cannot guard the ball any better. He switched off as point guard.
Fantastic job. Look at him bust his gut. He gets my vote too, Jimmy. He gets my vote. Defensive player of the year.
That is a clinic, like I said.
Wow.
But I'm telling you, coaches will clip that off and say, hey, this is how you guard the ball. This is how you fight. This is what defense means. That was as good as you're going to see.
And by the way, no excuses. That dude's 6'10", 265.
No doubt.
No excuses.
None.
He can do it.
Footwork was unbelievable there.
He could chin you and me.
Yeah, he could chin you and me. Yeah, I got what you did there.
One of my favorite guys, Chinyalu. Where's number 9? Because his favorite Bible verse is, I think, James 1:9. Terrific kid.
Condon's got 3.
Look at that spin move.
Now, Badiako was there to challenge him.
He did everything right except score.
That's the Condon Florida has to have the next 6 weeks if they're going to make a deep run.
Good defense. Hauk got his hand right up in the face of the shooter that time.
I think the message loud and clear by the Gators today to all the teams in the SEC. You guys can talk all you want. We are the best. We are the best. That's just simply their message.
Bucky Ball, if you're listening.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Bucky Ball, you got one loss. The league's looking at you.
Here it is, Texas A&M. That is Saturday on the SEC Network. Georgia, Mike White's team is off to such a great start, listing Kentucky with a huge win last night. South Carolina and Ole Miss. Ole Miss, a heartbreaking loss yesterday, February 21st on ESPN or ESPN2.
That guy can coach that at Ole Miss. Doesn't have the kind of personnel right now that can be with some of these guys, but he can flat out
Chris
coach.
Beard, yeah.
It's interesting this league doesn't have the heavyweights that maybe the Big 12 or the Big 10 has right now, but on KenPom, which I trust that analytically, they have the SEC ranked as the #1 league in college basketball overall.
Tell you one thing, the ACC has improved drastically. Had 4 teams last year in the tournament. They'll get 8 teams this year, and the top 2 are unbelievable. When you talk Duke and Carolina.
Good call. Owen Short came in. Reitzel face raked Urban Clavshar, who's down on the ground. Take another look at it and watch number 3, Latrell Reitzel.
Yeah, Clavshar is one tough kid, though, man. He's got great leg strength. I mean, he took a hard shot. They're going to go to the monitor to look at this. And Reitzel right there with his shovel. Oh, then he comes up and gets contact above that neck area. That certainly will be looked at.
The call on the floor is a player control foul against 3 from Alabama. That play is under further review.
Brought that left hand up, which sent Clavshar to the wood.
You know, Jimmy, you and I were talking, and you certainly have a passion for the game like I do. And I really believe, and I don't know if you agree or disagree, I think the first pick of the NBA draft is probably going to was decided.
The call on the floor has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul on 3 from Alabama. 7 from Florida will shoot 2. It will be Florida ball on the baseline going 94 feet with 30 on the shot clock. Team foul, personal foul.
Just frustration, Medicaid. You know, you come in here with a team that really, in your mind, feels you have a chance to win. And there's been no contest thus far all day. There's been no contest.
It's been 18-21 the entire second half. You know, Jimmy, you mentioned the number about a team and their ability to win a national championship shooting X amount of threes a game. This is the type of nightmare game that Alabama and their fans will worry about once you get into the tournament. You have a game in which your three-point shooting disappears and you end up losing because against a team like Florida or Michigan, you know, or maybe Gonzaga if they're all healthy. You can't compete inside. No.
What happened to them last year against Duke? They lost by 20 after blowing out teams scoring 90 points a game. They rely on that, but that's their style and that's their play. Ain't going to change.
Condon alley-oop, Chinyelu down low. And he'll have a chance to add to this total. Nobody's having more fun than Ruben Chinyelu.
It's just been grown men against boys around the restricted arc is the only way to describe it. The grown men are wearing white.
You know what I love? They really enjoy playing with each other.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. They share the ball. They screen for each other. They help each other. I mean, those kids are so unselfish.
Bediako just fouled out. Listen to the crowd. A little validation for Todd Golden, who, as we have played that sound a few times, we will beat them anyway. They're going to end up beating them badly in a game in which Bediako found the bench with 2 minutes to go because of 5 fouls.
Will he go 100 again? Like 3 out of 4 wins in the 4 in a row that he's beaten Alabama.
They're not going to stop trying to score.
Look at him hustle back. Look at him. I mean, they're up by 20-some points, and he's hustling like it's a one-point game.
Well, Alabama's shooting and missing, which may help them get to 100. Boy, Clapshire, like a shortstop, just picked up a short hop. There's Condon. He will do it again.
Left hand, right hand. Clapshire with the pass. Oh, baby. Run, baby, run.
7-0 points in the paint for Florida in this game.
Jeez, unbelievable.
Unheard of. I got to think that statement that Todd Golden made 10 days ago, it fed fire and it fed confidence to his guys. If our coach is going to step out and say that, Coach, we got your back, and man, what a message sent by Florida today to Alabama and the SEC.
This has become a pretty good rivalry, and this was part of Ruben Chinyelu enjoying his time here on the floor, and they're going to take all 5 starters out. And Chinyelu doesn't want to leave. Hard to blame him.
I've been talking trash toward the bench of Alabama. You don't need that, just play. I will say this.
Part of the 5 coming in will include 7'9" Olivier Ryu.
How tall?
He got a basket the other day. He got a game and got a basket.
7'9". Man, it was all Gators in this one. Just a beat down.
Wire to wire. Wire to wire.
Wire to wire.
Now, I don't know that they're the best team in the country, but I'm not sure there's a team that feels better about themselves than Florida.
Good point.
You know, I just want to make this point. They lost early to Arizona, Duke, and Connecticut. This team we're watching today, watching them play, if they play at that level, no one's going to beat them.
They can beat
if they
anybody.
play at this level. Now, can they continue playing at this level?
I got my eyes on Ollie, 7'9", in that Florida uniform.
You can't not have your eyes on Ollie.
There he is. He told me yesterday that he has a bicycle that costs about $3,500. It's like an extra large bicycle. He said the tires would come up to my shoulders. When we come back in 2 weeks, I'm getting on that bike.
You're going to get on it?
Yeah.
I strongly encourage anybody to read Myron Metcalf's story on Olivier Ryu. It's out there on ESPN.com.
He is a sweet, sweet kid right now.
No, we're only going to win by 25.
I mean, his goal, talking about Ryu, is to be a player, be a guy that Todd Golden can throw out there in the next couple of years.
The 24. Hey, 0. Pull your pants
Dick, 102. They've averaged their last 4. They're sitting on 98 with 48 to go.
Unbelievable. I would have never thought that tonight. I really did, because I thought that Alabama was coming here with so much pride and really dig in defensively. Got Bediako, a guy that's supposed to be the defensive answer to help them.
Well, they're now 1-2 with Bediako on the floor.
Yeah.
Alabama is.
Boy, they would love to see Olivier Rioux get him 99 or 100. He wants to do it too. No. Yes!
You got him with a little bench. Look at the bench. They're all excited for him. So great to see that spirit, enthusiasm, energy, passion. Love it, crowd. Love it.
Did you realize that when that shot was missed, there was no one in the building that could get that rebound other than that guy? Nobody.
He's now 2 for 3 from the field on the year. He needs more touches.
Serenaded by chance of Ali as they hit triple digits.
Wow. What a show today by the Gators.
And Todd Golden is saying, we're good. We'll settle at 100.
Todd Golden said it. They backed it up.
Great job being with the crowd.
You too,
Dickie, always great to be with you. And what a statement by the Florida Gators. And they are all out there celebrating with Ollie. Ruben Chinyelu, one of the stars. 14 points, 17 rebounds.